Imagine thinking about big, beautiful goals for your business. You dream about reaching your goals. You have a whole plan in mind on how to get there. But unfortunately, you find yourself constantly procrastinating. It's normal, it's human. Almost everyone procrastinates in one or another part of his life or business. So, how does this behavior start and what can you do about it? Because that's the most important question. It's not whether, what's the reason, how did it start, and the fact that it keeps on coming back. But the most important thing is, how are you dealing with your procrastination and what steps are you taking to finally be able to get over it and start working towards your goal? First of all, it's important to notice that you don't say about yourself that you are a procrastinator. Because if you say, I am a procrastinator, that means that you identify yourself with that behavior. But that is only what it is. It is behavior. It is not who you are. It's not something that defines you. It is just something that you show that in your daily life, when behaving a certain way, you show that kind of behavior. So the first thing I invite you to do is to make a change in your mindset and don't say I am a procrastinator, but say I am someone who experiences procrastination. That's a completely different way of saying it, and it immediately changes something in your head. Then I have a question for you. Which specific action are you procrastinating on? And why do you think you are showing this behavior? Be honest to yourself and don't go with the first thing that comes in mind and just go on, but really take a moment to think by yourself, what is the reason that I'm showing this behavior? In a webinar series that I hosted, a lot of people had similar reasons for showing this kind of behavior. For example, they can't oversee everything that needs to be done and they're distracted easily. Or people are very afraid to be visible for people that they know around them. Think about friends and family. Or that other people have an opinion about them, like, oh, there she is again with another new idea. Other things that are often a reason are, who am I to, make a business around this subject? Who am I to tell something about this? Too much to do, too little time is also a very well-known reason. And also procrastinating because it seems like a lot of work to do. All of these reasons come back to one final fear, and that is the fear of failure. It's the fear to fail, and because you fail, you are being rejected. And in prehistoric times, it was a problem if you were rejected, because then you wouldn't have food, then you would just simply die. But nowadays, it doesn't matter if you fail. It doesn't matter if you are being rejected, because you won't die, you will live longer. But our mind is still set in that prehistoric way of protecting us for failing or having other people have opinions about us. But if you can realize that this fear is not reasonable in this modern age, you can deal with your procrastination. At least you can start dealing with it. Because you can really go to the root of your behavior. And that root is almost always the fear of failure and being rejected. And be honest to yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? Someone may not like you, someone may have an opinion about you. But that's everything to say about the other person, not about you. And a lot of times people are just jealous that you dare to stand out, jealous that you have the guts to do what you dream of, what you believe in, where you have a passion for, instead of staying within the usual. So let it be their thoughts, let it be their anxieties, don't let it be yours. So a solution to deal with your procrastination behavior is to dive deep into the reasons you are showing it. And then not just quit by the first answer that comes to mind, but keep asking yourself why. Why? Okay, I procrastinate because it looks like a lot of work. Okay, why? Yeah, because I don't know where to start. Why? Because I didn't write it all down. Why? Yeah, because I'm maybe too lazy to write it all down and make it into smaller parts. Why? Well, you can go on and on and on, but in the end, you will probably reach the final answer, and that is the fear of failure. And what is a great way of dealing with this is to write down why you do want to do this. Why do you want to start your business? Why do you want to expand your business? What is the reason that you are passionate about spreading your message? What is the reason to go for it? When you made that goal for yourself, what were you thinking? What were your thoughts about changing the world, changing people's lives? Write down on a piece of paper or a post-it or somewhere visible why you do want to take these actions. Because when you fall back into the procrastinating, you can look at that piece of paper and see, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing it. This is the reason that I am going for it, that I'm not holding myself back because of all these thoughts, all these irrational thoughts. Today's episode was a first introduction in procrastination because it's such a big topic. I will upload another episode about procrastination next week, Wednesday, on this podcast. In that episode, I will talk to you more about personality. Because did you know that your personality has a big influence on the why you are experiencing procrastination behavior? And that means that because the reasons are different, the way of dealing with it is different. The things I told you today will work for everyone, because this is just an overall human fear of failure. But what I will be talking about next week is way more personalized to you as an individual. Thank you for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review about my podcast. And I hope to see you next week.